Hello queens, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing a super chill video. I've been off YouTube for a while, so I apologize for that. But I really wanted to do this, so today I'm going to be talking about 18 things that I learned in 2018. So hopefully you guys enjoy. Let go. So the first thing that I learned in 2018 is that it's alright to be not okay. And I had a really hard time learning this because I thought, okay, I have to be happy all the time. I just have to be positive. I can never have bad days. And that's just, it's not human. Being human, you obviously are sad, you're mad, like you have bad days and that just happens. And just acknowledging that, it's a lot easier to like get through them because you know it won't always be like this. And sometimes you just have to embrace it and let yourself be sad instead of trying to convince yourself otherwise. Second thing that I learned in 2018 is that it's so important to live with no regrets. And obviously it's like cliche, whatever, also YOLO, basically like those things interchangeably, but just anytime you're in a situation where if you say no, or I guess if you say yes, whatever, like your choices, make sure that looking back, there's no way you could possibly have regrets about your decision. And it definitely, there's nothing to look back on and think, man, I wish I did this. And that just is like one step to leading such a happier lifestyle. So the third thing might just be personally for me, because I know everyone like works differently, but I think it's really important to feel every emotion 100%, whether you're happy, you're sad, you're angry, you're in love, whether you're excited, just like to let that emotion kind of take over. Because just when something good happens, when something bad happens, just let yourself feel that and don't try and like convince yourself otherwise of any feelings. So the fourth thing that I learned in 2018 is that to be in the moment is one of the most important things, and I work on this constantly. And there are specific instances where I'm literally in a given moment and I know I will look back and wish I was there. It's typically like when I'm with my friends or like just driving around like blaring music, like those are the times that I notice myself just being so happy. And it's important to acknowledge those moments and kind of take them in. Enjoy every moment that you're in and don't worry about the past or the future. The fifth thing that I learned in 2018, and I'm still kind of working on to this day, it is to live your life for yourself. And in a way you kind of have to live your life selfishly and make decisions that are best for you and kind of not worry about other people to an extent, because you're living your life for yourself. And although it's good to like worry about people, in some instances you have to do what's best for you, which is sometimes hard, but also just make decisions that are made for you and try to keep other people out of the equation when making them, because they'll definitely influence your decisions. The sixth thing that I learned in 2018 is that it is so important to, if you want to become a better person, you must work on yourself. And I thought it was just, okay, if I just eat healthy and drink a lot of water and work out, okay, I'm gonna be a better person. But there's so many things that you need to work on mentally, and I did a really good job at the beginning of the year doing these things. And I hate to admit it, but in the past couple months, I have just let myself plummet. Like, I have just been not taking care of myself mentally, and I hate that. But I definitely just need to get back onto just making sure and just taking time to be at peace and getting off my phone more and just like meditating, relaxing, just making myself more mentally healthy. And I never really realized that you actually have to put work in, which sounds dumb, but like you have to put work in to like see a result. So number 7 is to surround yourself with people and things and like put yourself in situations that make you happy. And one of my favorite quotes is like, love the people that make you love yourself when you're with them or something. And just like notice when you're with people how they make you feel, and if you notice you're laughing a lot and just feel like really happy, then those are the people that you should stick with. And if you're noticing that they kind of give off bad vibes, then just next, because you don't want to waste your time with people like that. The 8th thing that I learned is that you are only a kid once, and obviously you know this, but like it's really important to remember, because obviously you make good decisions, but at the same time you're only going to be a kid once, and there'll be a time where you have so many responsibilities and things to do. And right now, to an extent, you have just like a lot of freedom, and so just take advantage of that. So the 9th thing that I learned in 2018, it was kind of hard for me to understand, and what I wrote down was that beauty is subjective, but I feel like everything is to an extent. Basically where I was going with like beauty is that not everyone finds the same person beautiful or attractive or whatever, and I feel like it's sometimes hard to grasp, but everyone has a different version of beautiful, and I feel like it's important to like know that. So the 10th thing is actually one of the most important things in my opinion, but I learned that it is so very important to check on your friends and just make sure they're doing okay. I was going through like a really rough patch a couple weeks ago. One of my friends literally texted me out of the blue and she was like, hey, I just want to let you know like I miss you and I love you so much. And it literally made me cry because just like to have like, it was literally at the time that I needed it the most, and I just started crying because, oh, it's just the nicest thing. So just check up on your friends. The 11th thing that I learned in 2018 is the 3x3x3 rule. So basically, if it won't matter in 3 years, don't spend more than 3 minutes worrying about it because it's not worth 3 seconds of your time. Basically, just saying, if there's so many things that we worry about, whether it's tests, whether it's like anything in high school or like in school, like that you worry about and think, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be so embarrassed, this is so embarrassing, or oh my gosh, I'm just gonna remember this. They won't. Literally, they will not. Like, it's not gonna matter, it's not gonna affect you. One failed test is not gonna affect you in the long run. It's not gonna not let you get into a good college. Like, that's just not how it works. And so I just think it's important to remember that and just kind of take everything with a grain of salt. So the 12th thing that I've definitely kind of lived by, I guess, is to journal or write everything. I personally really like to do like my journaling or like writing or whatever through like pictures and videos personally, because that's just like how I like my favorite like form of media, I guess. But I also really like to type stuff in my notes and just kind of do like little updates about how my day's going, or I don't know, it's just really nice to vent. And sometimes I just don't want to talk to anyone. I just want to be able to just get it out and then move on. So that's just super nice, but it's just also so fun to look back on those moments that you were just so happy. Like, those are some of my favorites. So the 13th thing that I learned in 2018 is that it is so important to not only fall in love with yourself, which is so important, I'll get to that in a second, but also just fall in love with everything around you and like fall in love with the little things. I have grown to literally love the stars. Like, I am obsessed with them. I could look at them for hours and just like, it's just so crazy. And it definitely puts in perspective, just looking at the stars, how tiny we are. And like, when I see planes fly by, like, there's so many people on that plane going somewhere that all have different stories. When you're in a plane, it's literally the craziest thing. You fly over hundreds of thousands of people and houses and buildings, and they're sitting down to dinner, they're sleeping, they're going to soccer practice. Like, everyone has their own life and struggles and like gains, and it's just so crazy to me that I literally have no impact or significance in this world, and not in like a bad way, more just like no one does really. And that's just so crazy to me. But just falling in love with, that was kind of off topic, but just falling in love with the little things and falling in love with yourself, and just especially your like flaws, and just embracing them, because that's so important, and that's like the #1 step to just being able to like accept and love yourself. 14 is my least favorite thing that I've learned in 2018, but it is that death itself is inevitable and to an extent random, and that's such a hard concept for me to understand, and I hate it, and I hate talking about death. It's literally, I hate it, but it happens, and in some cultures people celebrate death, and I wish that like our society was able to do that, but instead we like mourn, and it's this horrible thing. And I wish that I just had like a better relationship with it, I guess, but I just think that's definitely something that I learned, for better or for worse. Number 15 is something that my mom and I talk about a lot, and we kind of joke about it, but it's that everyone's doing the best they can. You never know what's going on in people's lives, and everyone has so many things, whether they're big or small, that affect them and can affect their day. And so I feel like it's just so important to like not hold grudges, and just kind of just remember in the back of your mind, you don't need to be best friends with everyone, but simply just being kind to others, and just like remembering you never know what's going on, and they could be going through something right now, and that's why they like snapped at you or whatever. Just like whatever it is, just everyone has their own struggles, and it's important to remember that. So number 16 is something that I more learned about myself this year, and it is that I hate small talk. I hate like, how are you, what are you doing, like I just think it's just like the most like surface level conversation I hate. And I love talking to people about what they believe in, their passions, their thoughts, their points of view. Like, I think it's so interesting, and I love meeting new people specifically for that reason, just to learn all about them. And obviously, like, I want to know your favorite color and like what you like to do and stuff like that, but like I want to know like what you believe in, what like your like philosophy is. I don't know, I just like, I love getting to know people, and like I feel like that it's small talk is just such a waste of time, and just like I just want to like dive into like the deep conversations. Number 17 is one of the most like bittersweet ones, but it's that everything happens for a reason. And I can honestly say that some of the biggest events in my life that have happened, that I've been like, okay, there can't be a possible reason, like why does this need to happen? But the universe has, in some twisted, messed up, not always like amazing way, but it's made sense, I guess. And it definitely never seems like it when you're in the middle of it, but things will get better, and the universe has a way of working itself out. The 18th thing that I learned in 2018 is that nothing is permanent and things will get better. Even when it doesn't seem like it, you have to keep fighting, and you can never give up, because you never know what you will miss out on, all of the amazing experiences and things. And just, you gotta stick around to see those. Every feeling, every mood is temporary, and it doesn't mean it's gonna last. It could last a day, it could last a month, it could last a year, but things will always like pick up, and just remember that. Hopefully you guys like this video. It was definitely different from the majority of videos that I film, but hopefully you guys enjoy. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. I don't know when, but I will see you guys. Bye.